Hey guys, welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are talking azelaic acid. Now, I have to say, I think azelaic acid is the most underappreciated and undervalued skincare ingredient on planet Earth. It has so many amazing benefits, from its anti-aging potential through to its ability to fade hyperpigmentation, dark spots and discoloration. But because so few brands formulate with this wonder ingredient, you don't see it talked about a lot online. Well, I want to turn the narrative on that today. I have spoken about azelaic acid on the channel in the past, but since the last video I did on this ingredient, we've actually welcomed 400,000 new subscribers to the channel, so I thought it's about time I updated that one. Now, this seems like a good time to do a little bit of an update because there's been some recent studies released which show and prove what a lot of us already knew, just how effective azelaic acid can be. So we're going to talk about them. I'm going to share with you how to use azelaic acid for the best results, and then talk about some of my favourite azelaic acid serums. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things azelaic acid. Now, before we get into this video, I would love to know if you're one of the new subscribers that has joined the channel since we last spoke about azelaic acid about a year ago now. If you are, let me know in the comments section below. Let me know when you started to subscribe and where in the world you're tuning in from. If you're one of the OG subscribers that remember me fangirling about azelaic acid way back when, let me know by leaving the heart emoji in the comments section below if you've seen one of my previous azelaic acid videos. Whether you're new or you're one of the OG subscribers, I just wanted to say a big thank you from the bottom of my heart to each and every one of you for your love, kindness and support. It genuinely does mean the world to me. Now, I think we've got a lot to get through in today's video, so I think it's time we cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So we're going to kick things off with what is azelaic acid and a brief look at those new studies which I referenced earlier. We're then going to come on to how to use azelaic acid and finish everything off with what I think are the best azelaic acid serums. If you want to jump to one section of the video over another, be my guest. The timestamps are there in the description box below, as are links to all the products that I mentioned today. So let's start things out with what is azelaic acid. Well, I think the acid in the name confuses a lot of people. We automatically assume when we see acid that it must be an exfoliator. And whilst regular use of azelaic acid can have some exfoliation properties, its benefits for the skin actually lie elsewhere. So see it very separately to, say, glycolic acid, lactic acid, salicylic acid, the traditional exfoliators. You can absolutely use azelaic acid alongside all of these because its primary reason for being and benefit isn't in exfoliation. What it can actually do is reduce the amount of redness, sensitivity and irritation in the skin. This can be game changing because if you pair azelaic acid alongside your other higher potency actives, it can actually reduce the side effects that you're going to see. Azelaic acid is also clinically proven to reduce the amount of acne-causing bacteria on the skin. Of course, there are other things that feed into breakouts, not just acne-causing bacteria, but that's one core component. And azelaic acid can really reduce the rate of that prevalent on the skin. Finally, when it comes to azelaic acid, it has an amazing impact on hyperpigmentation. It does this in a couple of ways. First and foremost, it is lightly exfoliating, so whilst I say not to compare it to, say, glycolic acid, it will at the margins definitely help. And I think azelaic acid is a great option for gentle exfoliation for people that can't use some of the other exfoliating acids. But more than just that, it actually disrupts the rate of pigment in the skin, preventing it pooling in the way that can lead to specific regions of dark spots, melasma or hyperpigmentation. The recent studies that I referenced actually showed just how effective azelaic acid is at treating red marks in the skin. So if you're someone that has, you've had a breakout and it's fading, it almost has that red appearance, it'll then fade to brown and then hopefully disappear completely. It's that stage where it's at its red that it can be most difficult to treat, and azelaic acid is one of the most beneficial ingredients to incorporate for tackling specific red acne marks and scars. This is amazing because it's great that we have a range of different ingredients to tackle different things, and azelaic acid, like I said, is great on that red pronounced hyperpigmentation. It will of course help with general hyperpigmentation, however it manifests on the skin, but I think having a treatment specific for that post-acne red scarring and inflammation is going to be a game changer. These studies also showed that if you pair azelaic acid with certain ingredients, it can actually enhance the benefits of those ingredients that you're going to see, specifically vitamin C. And this for me is where it gets really interesting. So azelaic acid is great for anti-aging because it reduces inflammation and redness in the skin. So inflammation being one of the #1 triggers to hyperpigmentation and collagen degradation. So by calming everything down, azelaic acid definitely has a part to play when it comes to anti-aging. These studies, though, also show that azelaic acid on its own can, at the margins, increase the rate of collagen and elastin production. This is great because if you use it alongside your other collagen boosters, such as peptides and retinoids, you're going to see some enhanced benefits and some great results. But when you combine it with vitamin C, one particular study stood out to show it actually is 3 times more effective than just using vitamin C alone when it comes to fading hyperpigmentation. Now, the fact that you can layer azelaic acid with so many other active ingredients is what makes it so special. Often we're told, don't use your retinoid with this, don't use your glycolic acid with that. It all becomes a bit of a minefield. You can use azelaic acid with practically anything else in your skincare routine, and it actually enhances the power of the other actives. This particular study showed that if you used azelaic acid and vitamin C in its pure form, ascorbic acid, regularly and consistently, it had a much improved result when it came to fading hyperpigmentation than either using azelaic acid or vitamin C on their own. This is great. Layering and pairing successfully like that is a great way of dialing up the results, and this really excited me. So if anyone out there has a very stubborn and persistent melasma, hyperpigmentation, and dark spots, and is using a vitamin C and not maybe getting the results that they want, just incorporate an azelaic acid alongside it, and that'll just dial up the rate of return and see that fade a lot quicker. For me, I use azelaic acid every single day, and these studies have just reinforced what I already knew. It's a game changer. I use it to increase the rate of collagen and elastin production, to reduce the rate of inflammation in the skin, keep everything in equilibrium, and to boost my vitamin C, get some hyperpigmentation fighting going. With all that benefits, hopefully at this point in the video, you're sold on no longer overlooking azelaic acid, but actually incorporating it into your skincare routine. And this section, I guess, is how to use azelaic acid. Now, I'm going to do a bit of a whistle-stop tour of this, because A, it's not complicated, and B, I have covered it on the channel before. But in a nutshell, use your azelaic acid twice a day, every day. Again, people see acid in the title and think, no, not for me. Can't use it every single day. You absolutely can, because it calms and soothes. It's best used twice a day, every day. You could use it alongside all your other actives. In fact, there's nothing in my own skincare routine that I would avoid using with azelaic acid. But as with everything, make sure you patch test and introduce things gradually rather than introducing multiple ingredients all at once. Give your skin time to acclimatize to whatever ingredient. And that same goes for azelaic acid. Make sure you choose the right concentration. Generally, there are 4 strengths of azelaic acid. 20% available on prescription only in most countries. I used it, I found I got a lot of prickling with it and not a whole lot of additional benefit. So personally for me, 20% didn't do it. I found reaching for 15% azelaic acid gave me the same results I got at 20%, but a lot less irritation and prickling when I first introduced it. So I think for me, just based on personal experience, 15% is that sweet spot. 10% is the maximum allowed in a lot of countries, and don't worry, don't feel you're missing out. A 10% azelaic acid will still work wonders on your skin and deliver you so many great benefits. You don't always have to go higher strength to get better results. Then finally, 5% azelaic acid. Again, still will give a great results, but I say 5% is more for like maintenance. You've got the results that you want and you just want to maintain everything. Keep everything standstill as you are now for some light brightening of the skin and some minor hyperpigmentation fighting. 5% also works amazingly for those of you that have super sensitive skin types. It's a universal strength. You can absolutely start with a 5% and build your way up, or you can go straight in for a 10 or a 15%, just again, being mindful of that introduction period. That really is all there is to know when it comes to how to use azelaic acid. Don't stress it. Keep it simple. I think the key thing is finding the right strength and a quality formulation. So let's talk about some of my personal favorites. In the 15% category, this is the Face Theory Lumizalia A15 serum. Now, they actually do a 15% and a 10% strength of this. Here in the UK, you can get the 15% and the 10%, I think. In the States, for example, where you're limited to just 10%, that's the only one that's available. So, of course, it depends where you're purchasing as to what strength you're going to get. Honestly, the 10%, the 15%, they're going to give you very similar results, so I wouldn't stress it, I just buy the one that's available to you. Why this is so special though is it incorporates colloidal oatmeal to further calm and soothe. So traditionally, when you introduce to 15% azelaic acid, for the first week, you might get a little bit of a tingle, a little bit of a prickling sensation. You don't get a whole lot of that with this because that colloidal oatmeal to just calm, soothe, and ease that introduction. I think this is so well formulated. Most people could probably go straight in at the 15% strength with this and not have to worry about it. It's a great option, one of my personal favourites, and what I started my azelaic acid journey on, and I've never looked back. Like I said, this is linked in the description box, as are all the other products mentioned. If you're in a country that can only get 10%, or you want to start with 10%, which is absolutely fine, then you might want to try out the Naturium Azelaic Acid 10% emulsion. Now, they do two different versions. This is the emulsion I'm talking about, which I think has a better formulation and just sits better on the skin. It's really lightweight, glides on, gives a little touch of hydration, which I like, but it's, again, formulated well to reduce any risk of irritation. Personally, absolutely love this one, and I think you can now get this in Target as well. So if you want to walk into a store and pick it up, Target is your friend with Naturium, and here in the UK, you can get it in Space NK too. Great 10% strength that I think that emulsion is just, it's so luxurious, it feels great on the skin. Taking it down one notch further, but for a super affordable option, this is the Q&A Azelaic Acid Balancing Serum. Now this I love, cruelty-free, as are all the brands that you'll see mentioned here on Mad About Skin. We never recommend products that are tested on animals because it's 2024. We can do better than that. Another great cruelty-free brand, as are the other ones that I mentioned today, but this is drugstore and it's so affordable and comes in at 8% strength. So again, very similar to the 10% strength. With azelaic acid, the consistency is the key part. You know, use it regularly. That's where you're going to get the results. It's not always about the strength. I think I'd rather people go for a lower strength and use it twice a day, every day, than go for a high strength and use it, a couple of times a week when they remember. That consistency is the key part. This I love, again, calming, soothing, and really, really helps to just, I think you get a lot more performance than you would traditionally expect for an 8% because of that quality formulation here, and it's super affordable, which I absolutely love. You can get this one again online, linked below, or in Holland & Barrett here in the UK. I think that is where that's stocked. Now, for the 5% crew, it can be difficult to find a 5% azelaic acid. I actually formulated my own, which was the Mad About Skin Super Serum, which is coming back in the next month. We're doing a rebranding of the entire skincare line, and I know so many of you guys are looking forward to that coming back. Let me know in the comments if you're one of the people impatiently waiting the return of the Mad About Skin Super Serum. I was so proud of this. 5% azelaic acid, which for me, is standout, and I can't wait for it to be back because it's currently in repackaging and ready to be filled. I don't have it in my skincare routine, I ran out, so I will be the first to open that bottle and use it when it's back in stock. But in the meantime, a great option is this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous A pad. Now this is a 20% azelaic acid derivative, which roughly translates to a 5% pure form azelaic acid equivalent. This derivative, though, is great for sensitive skin, zero prickling, zero irritation. And if you're suffering with acne and are primarily using your azelaic acid to reduce acne breakouts, some studies have shown that the derivative that's in this Geek and Gorgeous A pad actually better at reducing acne-causing bacteria than traditional azelaic acid is. So sensitive skin, go for the Geek and Gorgeous. Acne-prone skin, again, Geek and Gorgeous. Everyone else, you might get slightly enhanced results from one of the others. It's all about choosing your formulation, your strength, and then using it consistently. Hopefully in this video, I've demystified for, anyone that's new to the channel, azelaic acid. I think it truly is a non-negotiable in a skincare routine because it works for everyone, no matter what your skin type or what your skin concern is. It has so many great benefits, and there are affordable azelaic acid serums on the market. You don't need to break the bank to get these game-changing results. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, wherever you are in the world, guys. Stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye!